Yes, I would. At this time, I would like to call the 27 January 2025 Jackson County Commission meeting to order. I'd like to say thank you for everybody being here. We have a number of items on our agenda tonight. We have some recognitions that we want to make for the great service of our county employees, and we have several items on new business, and then obviously several items in our work discussion. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Hamrick, our county administrator, please call the roll to establish a quorum.
Commissioner Foley,
Present.
Commissioner Kinnemer, Commissioner Buckner,
Present.
Commissioner McBride.
Present. We do have a quorum. If we would all please stand, I'll ask Mr. Ford, our county attorney, please have our invocation, and Commissioner Buckner.
God, our Father in heaven, we're truly blessed to live in this wonderful country and this beautiful county. We're so thankful for the people of this county that we get to serve each and every day, but we're especially thankful, God, for those men and women who choose to serve in a public way in so many different ways, but especially because of the calamities that we've been facing recently with the firefighters and the law enforcement officers and all those that put themselves in harm's way for our safety. God, we're so thankful for them. We pray that you'll continue to be with them and keep them safe, watch over their families while they're away serving. God, the men and women in our armed services need to be lifted up, God, because they are in harm's way also. So we pray you'll be with them. Watch over us all, God. Thank you for this day and every day. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In your packet is the agenda for tonight's meeting. We've been asked to add two items to the agenda that was published Friday. The first is Public Works, and it is the surplus of the 2024 Kenmore dump truck. And second item to add is the probate judge, and that is the surety bond for roads. So with that, do I have a motion to approve the agenda for our January 27th, 2025 Jackson County Commission meeting?
Make that motion.
We have a motion. We have a second.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. We do have a number of awards, as mentioned earlier, and recognitions of our county employees. I'd like to say it's always a great pleasure for us to have the opportunity to recognize folks that have served our county for many years, and their willingness to serve every day, come to work every day, and take care of the residents and citizens of Jackson County. One thing I will note that just for information is when we passed our new personnel policy, one of the things that the commission decided to do is someone passed a 5-year mark in their service to the county, that they would get a step raise of about 3% increase in pay raise. And that is to recognize the service and reward the service of those who serve our county. And so with that, let's, if we could all sit down and recognize our employees. Josh? Yeah. We are recognizing Josh Whitcomb for 5 years of service to the county. Many of you may remember that it's only been a couple of weeks ago that we announced that Mr. Whitcomb has been selected as our new Director of Emergency Management Agency for Jackson County. So Josh, I want to say thank you for your great service. There are a lot of nights that you're up a long time, and there is periods of time in our county when we're under some kind of threat that you come to work one day and you don't go home for quite a few days. And also, we remember that we also had an opportunity to recognize you not long ago for your service to the residents of North Carolina by being there and supporting. So with that, want to recognize your 5 years of continuous service to the county with this certificate of recognition awarded to Joshua Whitcomb in appreciation for your 5 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Jackson County, presented on this 27th day of January, 2025. Josh, thanks for your great service. Sir.
Thanks, sir.
LaShawna? Miss Jones is a dispatcher with us, and she has started in October 2019. And as of February last year, she was promoted to supervisor dispatcher. And that also is one of those great jobs that a lot of people don't see, the great service that they provide to the county, because they're getting all those calls of people that need help, and they are helping to get that help to those folks. So this, we would like to award a certificate of appreciation to you. And it says certificate of recognition is awarded to LaShawna Jones in appreciation for your 5 years of dedicated service to the residents of Jackson County, presented on this the 27th day of January, 2025. Thank you, Matt. Stop by dispatch every now and then just to check on what we keep up too cold or too hot. They're always busy with what they're doing. Tom? Yes, sir. So this is a recognition for Tom Miyake. Tom joined us in 2014 as a jailer and was promoted to patrol deputy March of 2019. And so this is a certificate of recognition, Tom, for your great service to the county. And it is awarded to Tom Miyake in appreciation for your 10 years of dedicated service to the residents of Jackson County, presented on this 27th day of January, 2025. Thank you, sir. Did it say Rod or James? Rod. Rod Christian has been with us since 2009, and we're recognizing him for 15 years of service to our county. And this helps me go through your list of jobs that you've had with us. In 2009, he came in and was a litter control officer with us. In November of 2009, he moved to the jail as a jailer. July 2011 was moved and was promoted to correction sergeant. In November of 2013, became a deputy in the sheriff's office, patrol deputy. In November 2014, security. And October 2018, patrol deputy. And in February 2019, I was promoted to patrol sergeant. I'll put this up for a minute, so get rid of that. And this certificate is awarded to James R. Kirsten in appreciation for your 15 years of dedicated service to the residents of Jackson County, and presented on this 27th day of January, 2025. Thank you. Another long list. Okay, great. Craig Holt.
Yes, sir.
Craig, so we're recognizing Craig for 25 years of service to the citizens of Jackson County. He started with us again in as a jailer, but that was November of 1999. In March 2003, a patrol deputy in the sheriff's department, and then moved to investigations in June 2007. In May 2011, a cardiac sergeant, and in March of 2014, lieutenant, and currently he is a patrol lieutenant as far as sheriff's deputy. So Greg, again, a recognition, and we want to say thank you for the great service to Jackson County, 25 years that you have given your service, your time and energy for the people of our county. We really appreciate it. So this is a certificate of recognition that's awarded to Robert C. Holcomb in appreciation for your 25 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Jackson County, presented on this, the 27th day of January, 2025. Again, thank you so much for your service to us. We truly appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll be telling those stories, brother.
Grew up well, good.
I don't think we have any public comment sign up. So with that, we'll move into new business. We have 3 items on the agenda tonight for new business. The first is a motion to approve and sign the Alabama Department of Transportation Section 5311 Public Transit Grant application and the resolution for our Council of Aging. In your packet is the letter we discussed in our last work session, just very briefly. This is Jackson County Commission applying for Section 5311 for the operations administration and a capital grant to assist in the operation of our Jackson County rural public transportation. It covers the period October the 1st, 2025 to September the 30th, 2026. There are 3 areas of grant: as federal operations assistance, federal administrative assistance, and federal capital assistance. And there is a local assistance match amount that we're responsible for, and that has been allocated in our 2025 budget. So with that, do I have a motion to approve and sign the Alabama Department of Transportation Section 5311 Public Transit Grant Application and Resolution of the Council of Aging?
I like that motion.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Next item in the new business agenda is a motion to approve the surplus and purchase of Caterpillar PC 310B planer for the Public Works Department. That's we also discussed in our previous work session. Amount here is $27,330. Do I have a motion to approve the surplus and purchase of the Caterpillar planer for Public Works Department?
Make that motion.
We have a motion.
I second that.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thanks. Last new business item, we do have a board opening for the Jackson County Resources Board of Directors. And we have 2 applicants, Laurel King and Dana Robbins. Their letters of request to be considered for the board is in your packet. Laurel King has worked 9 years as an aide for Jackson County, 9 years as an EMT for Highlands Hospital, and 5.5 years as a medical assistant for Dr. Brad. Next applicant is Dana Robbins. Has submits a letter of request and consideration for appointment to the opening for the Department of Human Resources Board. Is very highly interested in serving the county on this board. Do I have a nomination, request for motion.
I nominate Mr. Robbins.
We have a nomination of Mr. Dana Robbins. Do I have a second? We have a second. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. With that, Mr. Dana Robbins will be appointed to term as a member of the DHR board. And we'd like to thank both for the applications that they submitted and their interest in serving our county. That's the last item in our new business. We now will move into our work session. The first item in work session, I've requested that PNC Incorporated, who is the contractor that is doing our work on our courthouse, doing some renovation work here and also doing renovation work at our Liberty Lane facility, to give us just an update on the status of that. So let me ask PNC, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions as you come up. So I'll let you stand there. I don't think we have to have a microphone because the microphones are in the suit. So first, I'd like just two questions. If you would, for the record, just give us your name and your position.
I'm Clayton Cooper, PNC. I'm the site superintendent here at the courthouse, and I'm helping out with Liberty Lane.
I'm Paris Cornelison. I'm assistant superintendent at PNC and I'm at the Liberty Line building.
Okay. So floor's yours.
Right. So here at the courthouse, we've been working recently at putting new roof on parts of the courthouse that is desperately needed it. We're currently working on reworking downspouts, adding more downspouts to control the water flow off the courthouse. We're downstairs currently working also bathroom remodels. And then, once we finish up this bottom floor, then we're gonna start moving up, continue on throughout. We're gonna be working on the east side of the building in the next couple of weeks, putting in footers, retaining walls, replacing stuff we already tore out. And then, after that, we'll probably move around to the front side of the building and start working on the new wheelchair lift area that's going in.
Let me ask, how many footers have you put in around the court?
Nothing yet. We're going to start on this side.
Okay.
Put this little alcove area back in. That's go ahead, take out for the helical piers. And then once we get that done, we'll be moving around to that side. We put in the pad or the slab back in downstairs where we tore it all out. We put that in last week.
And your foundational support was with the piers, and you've gotten
everything but we've got two more to put in over at this entrance outside of the tag office. But other than that, all the other ones are in the courthouses.
Can you give us a projected schedule? And I know schedule is dependent on a number of things.
Right. I mean, right now we're still looking great. Getting finished by our projected date that we started off with. We've got door frames coming in next week, and that'll really kick up the pace here and at Liberty Lane, getting stuff completed.
Okay.
So at Liberty Lane, we finished almost all the demo. There's just a few odds and ends that would have to be completed. We finished pouring back plumbing trenches last week, and so then we'll start doing the walls for the new bathrooms that are going in. We poured for columns last week for the load bearing walls that were existing, so we'll get those steel beams and columns tomorrow actually, and then we'll start working on putting those in. Lambert's working with me. They should be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks with all their outside work, and then we'll start patching that back. My fire sprinkler guys are pretty close to being done. They just have to finish everything above ceiling. Then as soon as I get my door frames and I start framing walls and putting door frames in, I'll be rolling pretty well.
Okay. You see a lot of work going on in the what I'll call the yard of the
Mhm.
Liberty Line facility. Can you just give us a rundown on what you're doing and what you're putting in?
So we put in a fire alarm, so that is because the existing building didn't have no fire sprinkler, and so we now have fire sprinkler in the building, and we put a fire hydrant outside, and then we were putting a sanitary sewer line in from all the bathrooms and the kitchens that we're adding. There had to be more sanitary sewer so it could support all of it. We're also putting in a roof drain line because there's a water problem inside of the building, not inside the building, but outside the building where it retains water. So those roof drain lines will help the water not go into the building. That's pretty much it.
We'll be open for questions.
Timeline on Liberty Line.
We should be doing pretty good. We're looking good on schedule. Same thing as Clayton will finish when we're supposed to.
Supposed to is what,
Over at Liberty.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, on our schedule, we've got the August date for our finish date, but I think Liberty Lane, we should be finishing up quite a bit earlier.
so just before you leave, recognizing that, once finished, there is a lot of work that, we will have to do in preparing for the move, and that is moving in furniture, moving in all the equipment, being ready to set up. We're also working, for all the IT and, requirements that will go into the building. We'll make sure that's in there. Ross has been working that and working with our architecture from JMR plus H on what the drop needs are and those things. I want to bring up one of the things that we need to do, and we need to do pretty quickly, is we are going to have to, given the location of the facility, our Liberty Lane building, we're going to have to put signage, and we're going to have to work with our Alabama Department of Transportation to do that, because people that will be coming, certainly a new facility that for the administrative services. And so we're going to have to start moving with that pretty quick. I have talked with Curtis Vincent, Alabama Department of Transportation, with Jonathan, and so there's been some coordination with the Dutton office for the Alabama Department of Transportation by Mr. Vincent to them to be ready to help us with that. I guess and Jonathan, let me ask you, but I think one of the very first things we're going to have to do is we need to figure out what we're going to call the building out there, because we can't even get started with the signage and the work on that until we have that. I have talked to the Invest in Alabama Counties, that portion of our Association of County Commissioners of Alabama that has worked with us on this project. And I have asked them to do at least a search of what the building should be named that will hold our administrative services for the county. And one of the things that I asked was to make sure that it would allow us all of the laws that would protect us from someone entering the building with weapons. The answer that they came back with is that the building should be named, and most of the counties are doing this, is the county Jackson, for our case, would be the Jackson County Court Annex. The law states that, of course, someone cannot bring a weapon into a courthouse or a courthouse annex. And so they recommend that for us to make sure that we are covered by that, that they recommend that we use that name for the facility. So let me open up for any discussion or questions. And Jonathan, on timeline, I know, what do you think we ought to be on timeline? Do we need to move pretty quick on this?
I think the first step, as you stated, would be establishing the name, and then we will seek compliance with ALDOT's miscellaneous guide sign manual on size of sign, font, and colors. So the name dictates the size of the sign because font and colors are predetermined. So it would be, once we know the name, we have annual bid for signs to be created that are non-standard. So we can have that sign built or at least approved initially. And then once you all are in agreement with that, we can put it in front of AlDOT for their acceptance. Then typically we can have the sign made and then they would install.
I'm sorry.
No, I think it's very important that it does carry the Jackson County name. And if Court Annex allows us to have protection, that's, to me, I think anything more than that kind of muddles the situation. Leads to confusion on what exactly it is. I know in the planning for this event, if we did have a situation again where for whatever reason we could not open this building, I like the fact that could serve as a temporary courthouse, even us being able to move over there, or probate being able to hold court over there if the necessity arises. And so I think that would make a logical sense that it is the court annex, that this is just in addition to the courthouse.
Okay. Anything else? Any comments, questions? Jonathan, do we need to move with the name? John, I believe we have to approve the name.
You would.
Okay, so we would need to have a motion to approve the name. And quick is, we think, can we wait till the next meeting? Do we have time with the next meeting?
Yeah, sounds like you have plenty of time. We could as soon as you have a name selected, we could get started right away.
Okay, so let's put it on the new. Next meeting. Everybody okay? Thanks very much for the work you guys are doing. I know you're out there every day doing it. We really do appreciate it. The one thing I will say, for the most part, for the very most part, these are local Jackson County companies that are working on our courthouse and on the Liberty Lane building. Though I think the headquarters is in for the prime contractors in Chattanooga. Most everybody that is working for this company is a citizen of Jackson County.
Flat Rock based business. Yeah, something.
I was gonna ask, with your signage, is there any way under that you could put what's actually in the building? Because with just that name, court, we see the majority of the folks, and to try to get them to understand this is where you gotta go to get your license, this is where you get the car tag, I could see that may be helpful.
The other thing is, I know the more you add, the smaller everything's gonna be, so.
Probably not.
Okay.
Maybe not along the AlDOT routes, but perhaps a city on the city street, maybe, or a directory as you enter the parking lot. They're pretty particular. The reason I'd say probably not.
I just know we get tons of calls. With can I talk to my probation officer? Can I do this? So there's a lot of confusion that folks get.
I think we're going to do a good bit of advertising for this as well to get the citizens of the county familiar with what we're doing in the change. Okay. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sir, and you may have covered this, AJ, but there's no court being held in there. So is it the court annex or is it the courthouse annex?
Courthouse annex.
Okay.
Jackson County Courthouse annex.
Okay.
That's just what they recommend is
Possibly that.
Okay. Did I mistake that earlier? Probably did.
Yeah, we left the word.
Okay, so we got it.
You did.
All right, thanks very much.
Good job.
Next on the agenda is, we have talked about this a number of times, is the Jackson, or the jail inmate cooperative agreement. As you know, we did approve one for New Hope about a month ago. We have asked Mr. Porter to put together a motion for us and to look at an agreement that we would sign with any of our Jackson County municipalities for their housing of inmates in the Jackson County jail. That agreement, John, is, I'll turn it over to you, but I think it's very similar to the agreement we signed with New Hope.
It is very similar. Probably the only change is the date. It's like the date blank, so they can fill it in when they need to, and the names are blank. So that it can be the standard agreement, and then for chairman and the sheriff to approve as those come up.
Okay. The motion and to approve this, all we need is a motion for the record. And the proposed motion, or recommended motion is a motion to approve the attached jail inmate cooperative agreement and to authorize the chairman and sheriff to execute such contracts on behalf of Jackson County as the need arises. Let me ask, is this something we need to move forward with? Go ahead, Brian.
The only necessity for moving forward would be we're losing money when we're booking inmates from other cities.
Okay.
So,
Make a motion, we'll set the rules, son.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Next, do I have a motion to approve the attached jail inmate cooperative agreement and to authorize the chairman and sheriff to execute such motion on behalf of Jackson County as the need arises?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion, have a second?
Second.
We have a second, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Al, thanks. Thank you for your. Next, I'd like to turn it over to Director Kipper. Two items from solid waste is new sidearm garbage truck and crate.
Chairman, Commissioner, thank you for letting me speak tonight. Give you a few things before I get ahead of myself. This is the price for garbage truck. This is on source oil.
Thank you, sir.
First, I want to thank y'all for the opportunity to speak for you today. The first item we're going to discuss is the purchase of the sidearm garbage truck. Currently, we have 3 garbage trucks that have no warranty. Of these 3, only one of them is in active duty that gets drove daily. The other 2 are backup trucks. As you know, maintaining a reliable fleet is crucial to ensuring interrupted waste collection service for our community. After reviewing several options and receiving multiple quotes, I'm recommending the purchase of the specific truck that you have before you. This particular model has the right braking system that meets our needs, ensuring both safety and efficiency to our operations. Additionally, this is the same truck that Madison County uses, so the same spec. So I believe it'll serve us well. The good news is we currently have the cash available to purchase this truck. Once the truck is delivered, that's when it's expected to be paid upon approval by y'all. If this goes forward and approved, we'll have a truck to sell, so that will actually give us some cash too to replace it. But we won't. I won't bring that for y'all until if y'all approve it and we get the truck delivered. So I ask now, do y'all have any questions?
What do you expect to get from what you're gonna sell ballpark?
I don't even like to guess anymore because these things are so run down. I mean, you know, the truck that we're gonna sell is a backup, so we don't even like using it now. It's 2017 model, so you're looking at, you maybe do math now, 8 years. So it's just like the last one we sold was a little bit newer than this, and we got 70,000 out of it. So hopefully we can get another 70. But
other trucks comparable wise, where did they come in dollar wise compared to this one?
the other one that was close to this spec wise was 380. And this truck is actually, I don't know if you remember the last one, it's actually about $20,000 less than the previous truck that we bought. So I did some digging on this one.
This is in stock or something we need to rush or, I mean.
So the company Ingram that we've been buying for has this chassis. They actually secured it last week. So, upon approval, if you'll approve it, we'll let them know and then we can send it to, Fort Payne to get the bed put on it. So if they've gotten quicker, but we're looking at August to get this truck. If everything.
Just for information, I'm sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
No, that was it.
I was just gonna say, how many trucks total do you have right now? And how many total serviceable versus routes?
So, Monday, I'm sorry, we changed it Tuesday. So Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, we have 6 sidearm trucks running. On Tuesday, we moved the Pisgah route to Tuesday, so we have 7 trucks running. Oh, and then we have 2 front loader trucks that run. And, then we have our roll off trucks too. So right now we have, 9 trucks. We have 2 backups.
Okay, and 2 serviceable backups
Yes, sir.
right now? Okay.
And both of them trucks, we've done replace transmissions on them. The warranty that we got when we replace it is up on one of them. The other one will be up by June of this year.
Any other comments?
So if the warranty's out on the truck, it's on you, so
It's
it's
on us.
a pretty good hit.
Yes, sir.
All right, so, you said you were looking to replace a non-used backup, so I'm assuming that you're just gonna
Yeah,
go.
we just rotate. Yes, sir. So the oldest truck in rotation will become a backup. And then during the summer months, the 2 Kenworths that we had a problem with the braking system, them backups will be running a little bit more just to give them a break on the hot days for that braking system.
Can this wait till next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we put it on new business?
Sounds good.
Everybody okay with putting it on new business? Okay. Thank you, sir. Next item, my credit card fees.
Yes, sir. So the second item I'd like to address is related to our credit card fees. For year 2024, our credit card fees totaled to $33,159.35. That is an expense that the solid waste department eats, that we absorb. In the effort to help offset some of this cost, I would like to propose implementing a 3% credit card fee for our commercial side only. Of the business, this fee would only apply to customers who pay via credit card for the front load dumpster or the roll off services. It's worth noting that approaching is in the line of practice currently in place in the courthouse. All the offices in the courthouse that takes a credit card is charging a 3% fee right now.
And do they just do that on commercial accounts or do they do that on all transactions?
I'm sure it's on all credit card transactions.
We did on everything.
Everything, yeah.
But right now with the system that we have, that we use, trash flow, they don't allow a credit card fee to add to it. So this is something that we have to manually go in and do. So we manually do the commercial side. So it'd be easy for us if somebody pays with a credit card to just add that 3%.
What are you expecting to recoup out of this?
Well, our commercials, a bigger credit card transaction. Most of them use credit card with commercial. So, I don't know the exact because it don't break it down. I can just tell you how much it is, but I do believe it'll be more than half.
So we're still gonna lose money.
Yes, sir.
Charging residential, applying this to residential.
Any other questions?
We can put this on new business for the next meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all have any questions in the meantime, just give me a call. Thank y'all.
Next, public works in your packet is information from J.M. Wood and county engineer, Mr. King.
Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners. Packet looks like this, hopefully, that you have. It's a letter dated January 23rd, 2025 from J.M. Wood Auction Company. The first page or so should be the standard agreement that you used to see for surplus auction at the J.M. Wood auction. The attached list of inventory is near the last pages, and it details the 9 pieces that we are requesting permission to surplus and auction. The dates provided in the letter are from March 18th to March 21. And we are seeing pieces, the replacement pieces that you all have approved. They are trickling in now. So sometime back, we received the 3 tandem axle trucks, and the tri-axle trucks we're receiving some of those, have received some of those. And we anticipate the day cab tractor sooner also. So everything looks promising to make the March date. March date that's listed, but as a cautionary date, the June 10th through 12th, I'll note, is also listed. So with your approval on this, we will be set for either auction, should there be a delay in delivery on any of the pieces that are on order. As you're reviewing the list, the auction value is listed. You'll notice that that is the components of their offer. And so the offer that's listed is a minimum. So that's a guaranteed minimum plus commission. So with your approval, the items auction, and that will establish actual value, which we anticipate, and they anticipate will be higher than this, but this is a minimum guarantee.
All right, so this guaranteed value, when these items sell, what's the plan for this money?
So that will be, it will enter into the budget on the revenue side for replacement, to replace the budgeted amount, essentially.
So for what's already been spent, or?
Yes, sir. Approved to have been spent. You know, some of the inventory's on hand, the others coming in. So that's going out. This would be the anticipated replacement of those funds.
Have we already ordered the replacement trucks for these?
Yes, sir. When we're receiving those.
They're due.
Yeah, we've received some and others are coming in now.
Okay. So these will help offset the cost of
Yes, sir.
those trucks that we get.
Does this need to happen pretty quick?
Please take time to review. We have, you'll notice the auction date there is mid-March. So we like to have the trucks there a week or 2 weeks in advance, because you'll notice in their proposal, they do videos, inspections. We've already made the preliminary advertisement, just because they always include us. But they step it up on details specific for the pieces as it nears.
If we put it on the new business agenda for the 10th of March, is that, 10th of February?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that okay for
Yes,
you?
sir.
Very much.
Go.
Appreciate it. Next item, probate Judge Manning. I think he is, has a requirement from the state that we have to comply with.
We recently found out that state requires that if you have a billiard ring that the public pays to play pool, that you have to have an application. They have to make an application to their office, and then they have to post a $1,000 surety bond payable to the state of Alabama before they can obtain that license. So we did like everybody else would do. We called other counties to see if we could use their application, and they didn't know it either. So the state is insistent that we get this application done. One of those papers is a copy of the code, and you can see specifically the questions that it asked to be on the application. The other one is the application that we have came up with. Mr. Porter's looked at it, doesn't see any issue with it, and answer is no before you ask. We're not going to make any money off this.
You know what else can I ask?
It's just something that apparently has been there that no one's ever done, especially up here. I don't know about other areas, but it's the specific questions it asks. So we made it kind of simple, and they'll have to fill out this application and then present a bond to us. And then we'll record that's made payable to the state of Alabama.
Is this for like where they have a pool table and you pay with quarters?
Anywhere that you pay to pay pool is the way I understand it.
Even if it's in a game room
Mhm.
or a bowling alley and you pay a cover charge or something, and you still play pool there, they have to have the same thing.
If you pay an entrance fee, or if it's one you put the quarters in and match it, if you pay to play pool, then you have to have this. So we've already got this. It doesn't take all the vote on it. I just wanted y'all to know what we were doing. Kind of weird. I'm sure there's going to be questions about it and people that are not tickled with it. But if you get questions, certainly nothing y'all done. It's something that we haven't done. We didn't know that we were supposed to. So it's not a new law. It's been there apparently for quite a while. We've just never done it, but we're fixing to. So tomorrow we'll notify the state that we have these, and then we'll work with their guidance as far as how to notify those people we need to do this. There's no application fee, so it's not going to cost them anything to do the application the way I understand it, but they will have to purchase a commercial bond, a commercial surety bond for $1,000. Those, any idea what that run? Less than $100.
Yeah.
So,
Any question? Do you need this, quickly?
no, I don't need y'all to vote on it. I just wanted y'all to know, because it's something that it's an application that we present, that we come up with and present. I just wanted you all to know about it
Okay.
before I told the state. That way, if y'all had any questions, so y'all would know. So we're going to notify them tomorrow that we're ready to do this. Just wanted y'all to have heads up before you start getting called next week. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's our last item in our work session. This time we'll go to reports from the staff, county administrator. County engineer. Anything else?
Sir, thank you.
Okay. Sheriff? Anything? Al?
Could I have about 3 minutes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Bring you up to date on the contract waterproofing at the jail. We got our first draw information via email today. Basically, they are 14.5% complete. The cleaning, if you've come by the jail and remember what it looked like, it's outstanding job. It cleaned up. It's mostly atmospheric stains, so they came off really well. They're billing us for $26,726, which is basically 14.5% completion, which I agree with based on looking at the jobs that they've done and where they are now. They're doing an outstanding job for us. Any questions?
Al, thanks very much. County attorney.
Everything, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Skipper, nothing? Okay, thank you very much. With that, we'll move to comments from the commission, District 4, Commissioner McBride.
I have nothing like that.
District 3, Commissioner Butler.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. It was wonderful seeing all those awards. Thank you for doing that, the extra work that goes into that. By all means, thankful to everybody who's serving and willing to serve and hanging in there with us.
District 1, Commissioner Dolan.
I just echo, kudos to the long-term employees and thank you for the good job that they do and thank you for the leadership that you give to all those folks.
I agree with the thanks to all our county employees, and we're really proud to work with them every day. They're here every morning. They're out on the roads every morning. They're serving our citizens. So I'm always going to say that at the end of one of these meetings, just to recognize their great service. Our next meeting, is scheduled for February the 10th. It is scheduled to be here in this room. It will be at 5 o'clock. At this time, we need to go into an executive session to discuss litigation issues. And with that, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
Make that motion.
Motion, have a second?
No, so.
A second, all in favor, say aye. Motion carries. Thank you. For this session, we need County
Yes.
What? Think about that.
Powell. It's both of them. So that one is.
Yeah.
My little girl, take care.